Shalom, shalom. Want to bring the lesson off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, which the world ignorantly calls God, with Yahweh meaning He exists in the ancient Hebrew, Wah, which means and, Yahweh Shai, which means He is salvation in the ancient Hebrew, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Shalom. Haratazah Gabar back here with another lesson in transit, man. Just wanted to come at y'all with a topic I was talking to my pops about earlier today. And we even spoke on this, I believe, last week at camp too. It's women, man, right? I was at the movie theater yesterday. I went to go see that new John Wick movie, Ballerina. And, you know, of course, if you all are familiar or aware with John Wick movies, there's a lot of action adventure. Not really adventure, but and you can say that action adventure, lots of killing and whatnot. All I could think about is number one, and this is a fact, man. I'm thinking about this right now, actually. There's damn near no way you could do a lesson without mentioning Esau Edom. They got their hands in literally everything. This is their kingdom. But I was just sitting there in the movie theater, like I said in my lesson either yesterday or the day before. That's crazy. You have to look at things through a spiritual lens. Now, you might not necessarily always look at it deep into a spiritual lens, but at some shape or form, you're gonna look at something at least a little bit in a spiritual lens, right? Is it because, you know, there's a thing where you could just completely focus on looking at it through a spiritual lens. Like, I like to do that when I'm watching movies. In this particular movie, I was kind of into it, kind of not. But there was a few things that came across my mind. Number one, Esau Edom loves to put wickedness and whatnot into their movies as well as into their shows. I said this as well as I was watching one of my shows earlier today. Esau Edom always got to put some perverse things in a show, bro. I'm watching Power. Why do I see every time there's something going on? Power, the Book of Ghosts. Every time we see, if you all are familiar with the show, you have a ABC couple in it. Why is it every time that they appear on the screen that they're basically having sex, bro? Like, and it happens multiple times throughout the show. I just recently noticed that. My thing is, I don't even like watching other people do that type of stuff. Heterosexual people. Why would I want to see two men doing it, right? Just one thing. But when I was in the movie theater, though, I thought about that. That all they're showing is a whole bunch of Edomites shedding blood, killing other people, right? Murdering people, spreading wickedness throughout the land. They do it in their shows, in their movies, and then they do it in real life too, man. So that was one thing I thought of. That's not really the basis of my lesson, but I did want to bring that up. Another thing that I thought of while watching that movie is how this woman is just destroying all of these men like it ain't nothing, knowing that something like that is not realistic at all, right? And I said, yeah, this ain't realistic at all. A man not even doing some of the shit she was doing, right? You got to be a real trained person to take down that many people at once. You got, okay, I can understand somebody taking two people down, right? And that's just a guy who is somewhat familiar with combat sports. 3 people, okay. 4 plus, 5 plus. All right, now you kind of stretching it a little bit. Nonetheless, though, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, these women might watch this movie and think to themselves that they could actually do some shit like this in real life. You know, you have Jake women who love to fight niggas, right? Oh, I can fight a man, I'll be the man ass, right? All this other things, right? Not realizing that they're the weaker vessel. They was not built like us. You have a woman, let's say you're playing with your woman or whatnot, you're play fighting with her, which I really don't like doing that type of stuff because it can get serious and feelings could get hurt. And they're play fighting with you. Oh, I'm stronger than you. All these other things. Little do they know you're not even using your full strength on them because they're a woman, right? You just do that type of stuff to make them feel good about themselves. Nonetheless, though, we were talking about that. A little bit about the pride of women, man. A lot of these women. we did talk about that later. A lot of these women, these guys will mess with them, soup their heads up, and you have a lot of women around here who don't look good at all. You know, body broke up, they don't look good in the face, all these other things. These niggas have souped their heads up to make themselves think that they're more valuable than what they are, so to speak, right? And I was thinking about that, man, about one of the women I talk to right now. I couldn't care less how good you look, right? As it reads in the scriptures, man. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, right? Let me pull that up real quick. And I purposely took the street way. Home just so I could make this lesson stretch it out a little bit. But if I get to the crib and I still got things to say, I'm going what they say at IUIC, pull it out, right? And another reason why this stuff was on my spirit, man, was because with women and whatnot, dealing with them, is because I read the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 9, right? And that speaks on how to deal with women. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 25, and verse 21. And it reads, "Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure." Right? Now, in this society that we live in, I wouldn't put a brother down or look down on them if they, hey, what did A-Ball say? Find them, fuck them, split them, forget them. Let the hoe go to the next joke and hit them, right? Because the women we have in our society nowadays are nowhere near like the women in biblical times. These women, the majority of them are whores. just being 100% true with you, man. Then on top of that, they do too much, right? As 30D Grammy would say, I fuck these hoes and duck these hoes because they do the most. They do too much, man. They require too much now. So really, you don't even want to deal with them. There's a period in my time, in my life, recently, where I was just put off from dealing with women, man, because they do too much. I have more peace being by myself, and there's nothing wrong with that as well, right? What the Apostle Paul say: those who had wives, be as though you had none. And if you are single, you might as well stay single. Don't try and pursue a woman, right? And the Lord did have that spirit on me for a very long time, for months, like almost, months, man. And I was the most focused I could be, right? Was sharp, all of that stuff, man. It's very beneficial. But of course you have those urges, man. where you do want the comfort of a woman in your life. And there's also nothing wrong with that, because the Lord made the woman for us. Just plain and simple. But you just gotta have discernment and ask you how, if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, man, how about Shemi Al-Shah is gonna deliver you a good woman, right? That's the reason the scriptures. Let me see. All right, this is Ecclesiastes 26:3. A good wife is a good portion, which shall be given to the portion of them that fear the Lord. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, right? It's a blessing to have been given a good woman, right? A virtuous woman. It's a curse to be given a wicked woman, right? A wicked woman is given unto the portion of a sinner. A wicked woman is given to a wicked man. Nonetheless, though, like I was going back to my point, man, these niggas, man, souping these women head up. A lot of these women are entitled. They think just because they look good, they deserve some type of privilege. And you mess with me, that shit goes out the window. I don't care how good you look. I would say this, probably when I was around 8th grade, 9th grade, so like 14, maybe 13, 14, I wanted to deal with this woman, this Edomite woman, which is one of the first women she's actually the first woman I took on a date. First girl I took on a date. But nonetheless, she kind of taught me a valuable lesson to not desire or want a woman just because she looked good, right? She had a nice body, all these other things. And I looked upon her and I liked her because of the way she looked. But her personality was sorely lacking. She was very boring to me. So I couldn't really like her beyond her looks. And it didn't work out, of course. That taught me to look and find a woman, number one, who likes me, who's gonna do right by me, and it doesn't just have looks, right? Because looks isn't everything. I would want somebody, and you all should, I'm not gonna say how y'all should think or feel, but this is a suggestion, right? You should try and find, if you want to, a woman that, or either find or pray about it, a woman that's gonna do right by you. Because like I said, man, it's women, bro, one day they could fuck with you, one day they could not, and then it's you never know. But just ask the Lord to bless you with a woman that's gonna bring you peace, that's not gonna get on your damn nerves, and that's gonna, Lord willing, do right by you and do her part, man. Right. So it's better to find it's better for a woman to like you, who actually likes you, right, than for you to like her more, because then you putting her on a pedestal, and women don't like that, man. They say they do, but those are the type of niggas they take advantage of, and those are the type of niggas that get broken up with. They get left because there's not enough excitement or drama for them, so they get bored, right? So they always say there's not enough excitement for them. They get bored with those type of dudes, so they let them go. But as the scriptures read, man, going back to my point, right, of these women having these super boosted egos nowadays, those days of women making the decision if they want to mess with you or not, if they want to hold the power, right? Because of course, right now they have dominion over us in this kingdom because of how Esau Edom has made it. Simp ass niggas. Those days are coming to an end, man. And like I say, that script is gonna get flipped, man. That light switch is about to get turned on to reality. back to how things were, where the man was being approached by the woman, and the woman wanting the man, right? And not a whole bunch of niggas having to approach a woman who doesn't hold nearly as much value as a man, and then get rejected or turned away, right? And those days are coming to an end, man, right? That's Isaiah 4:1, man. That's starting to come to pass, right? There's a lot of accounts of brothers saying that, man. That's been on a brother spirit heavily as of recent, man. I've seen a lot of brothers talking about that and whatnot. So that's definitely relevant amongst all the other things that are going on in the world right now. I'll say that Isaiah, I believe the 32nd chapter, where it speaks on the women that are at ease, you know, that's starting to come to pass. These women are starting to catch hell, and that vintage is starting to fail, man. These men are, whether it be men of the Lord, of course, because we've been on that type of timing, but even men in the world are starting to realize that these women, through what? Being lied to by our mothers, grandmothers, aunties, all that other stuff, that these women really aren't shit, and you shouldn't be chasing them, right? What did Bobby Womack say? He said, "My girl always complain about me not being at home, but when I'm there, I'm broke." Right? You spending your time with these women and all these other things, man, and it's really just a waste of time. It's vanity at the end of the day, and more than likely, you just want one thing from their ass, and to be left alone. At least that's how I am, but I ain't gonna speak too much on that. But yeah, man, these women have these super inflated egos, and we're about to see very soon how much they want to be independent. I seen 4 women, right? 2 who were like grown age or around that age, and then 2 younger who were probably around 10. They weren't in I don't think they were in their teens, but 10, 11, maybe younger than that. And the older ones was pushing the stroller. They all was walking they were all walking down the street, and all I could say to myself was, yeah, they're independent. That's on them. They didn't want a man. As you can see, I seen a video, and I don't know if this is true or not, but nonetheless, a lot of women actually think like this. And the Wadi Hawabashim, I made it to my destination safe. But a lot of women actually think like this, right? To the fact that this lady told her son not to get a job because they would take away her Section 8. A lot of these women live off of the government, off of Babylon the Great. They take advantage of it. Why? Because Esau Edom set it up that way to destroy our families and households. You don't see Edomite women running for Section 8 unless they was affected by the hood or by drugs, which a lot of Edomites are into that, if y'all didn't know that. You don't see that type of stuff affecting. So lucky, man, I turned my phone off on accident. But like I was saying, you don't see the women in their communities affected by those same things like our women are. So my point being, this lady, our women would rather live off the government and be independent than to be with a man that could bring them. Women don't look at men like that for protection and all these other things. They don't. When they looking for men, they don't search out for that. They look for the nigga who got some type of status, right? Who has some type of status about themselves. Either that or what can this nigga do for me? But them the two things that's in their mindset. But very soon, they're gonna be looking for a man to couple them, right? To bring them protection. They're gonna be looking for it. They're gonna be searching for it very soon. But not just any man, right? Man of the Lord. There's a scripture that speaks on that. That might be in Isaiah 32. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find it. Lord willing. She that lives in pleasure while she is dead, yep, is spiritually dead, man. Dead while she lives. That's the state of a lot of these women out here nowadays. This is Isaiah, and the brother even said this. So yeah, we were talking about that last week, man. The brother Dawad, he said, man, I can't stand you hoes. He said, I don't even like being around you. And I'll admit it, man. That's definitely the type of mindset of the spirit that the Lord has put on me in these past few years, man. Right? It doesn't take a lot for me to get annoyed by women now, man. Especially when you know the things you know about them, right? It's different when you're ignorant to the games they play or the shit that they do. It's different when you're ignorant to it, but when you actually know these things, you find out, oh, these hoes be on bullshit. It makes you look at them way different. And you stop looking at them the way you once did. It changes you, right? It changes you for a good, though. Not a bad thing. This is a good thing. Because it helps you move and address things differently. So let me bring this up. So like, and this is the precept I was looking for. I was just talking about. This is Isaiah 32 and verse 1. The title being the glorious future. It says, "Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment." Right? And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. And the eyes of them that see shall not be dim, and the ears of them that hear shall hearken. So the Lord is about to, as it reads in Isaiah 13 and 9, right? He's about to make a man more precious than fine gold. But what man, though? A man of the Lord. So I had the spirit on me, man. Hey, the Lord just tell me to wait. I just recently started getting attention from women again after not for months. And I remember sometimes this is just giving me a reminder why I stopped dealing with these hoes. But at the same time, I asked for this, and the situation I'm in right now is not terrible. So ultimately, I'm thankful for it, but yeah, can't complain too much. But at the same time, I still got to tell y'all and make y'all aware of these things for you brothers or you few listeners out there, right? Because it was on my spirit to speak on women today. It's a lot. There was another precept I wanted to pull out concerning the men of war. That perish and the women being left basically in the wind. and not having any protection. And another reason why these women are going to start flocking to men of the Lord, because we're going to be the most valuable man. Lord willing, we be that number, of course, on the earth during that time, because we're going to know what's going on. And for the simple fact that we will have protection from Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, which is the best thing you can have going for you, especially in that time. So let me go ahead and get this, and I'm going to close it off there. This is Isaiah, the 3rd chapter, starting at the 25th verse. And it reads, Thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty men in the war. And her gates shall lament and mourn, and she, being desolate, shall sit upon the ground. Right? And then what follows right after that? Isaiah 4. And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name, to take away our reproach. In that day shall the branch of Yahweh be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Israel. Okay? So we're coming into that time, man. That time of Isaiah 3. Or Salakia, that time of Isaiah 4:1. But also these women, that Isaiah 32, these women and the things that they get away with, starting to fail, man. These old games. So, Lord willing, this was edifying lesson to those out there listening and watching. Lord willing, I'll be able to make a lesson where I actually get to sit down. But I'm gonna close it off there. Call Allah, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makakudash. Double blessings and honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who told me this truth once again through the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And until next time, I say Shalom, Israel, Shalom. And as always, we're one day close to the kingdom, man. Shalom. And as always, man, Shabbat Shalom. Shalom.